Hey, folks, welcome back to The Pulse. It is 1 o'clock Central Texas time. My name is Matt. This is Crypto Heartbeat. And, folks, last night I had an amazing time on the Texan tailgate. I was surprised by my friends. Namely, I was fooled by Brandon from Rags to Riches. And so, thank you so much to everyone, David Lee, and to Quinn for all of your hard work. I appreciate that so much. We're going to take a look at that later in the stream today. A lot of work was put into that, and I really, really appreciate it. You know, we have a special community here, and that's made up of you. And I'm just so thankful that we get a chance to talk about really the future of the next bull run. That's today's talk and topic, the next crypto bull run. You sense it. There's a lot of things happening today. I feel like October 1st, it's big. I started this channel 2 years ago yesterday, and boy, we were riding that bull when we got on this stream when we first started, and we've made it all the way through. And there's some really interesting things brewing, and I'm going to point those out to you because I want to encourage you. That's the reason you come to Crypto Heartbeat, right? You want some positive vibes. You also want some encouragement. And there's a lot of good early key indicators that are, I think, pretty bullish for us. And so, you got to keep a stiff upper lip. You got to keep your eyes focused upward, my friends. But welcome back. Let's say hello to some friends as we normally do. Sam Kemp's in the house. We're definitely ready for the bull. Isn't that the truth? Hex Force 1 in the house. Hey, everyone. Just heading to work. Yes. Popping in to say bull run. Let's go. And I think, how does this stuff happen? We got to be ready. The questions are, is your bag packed? Taryn, what's up, y'all? AZ Electric, what's going on? Someone say bull run? Well, that's what I said. I'm gonna make a case for it. That we've got some big things brewing. And of course, this is not the place for the crystal ball, but we'll see. Hexy Quinn, we're going to highlight the work of Hexy Quinn in the second half of the stream today. That's going to be pretty exciting. We're going to see her handiwork. It really caught me off guard last night. They told me that there was going to be something for David Lee and that I needed to be on the tailgate last night. And some amazing people came in, and we're going to shout them out in the second half of the stream. But Hexy Quinn and David Lee deserve the most. Brandon certainly, but so many other folks came onto that stream, and I'm so thankful for. We're going to say hello and a shout out to them later on here. A Mud Hog, what's going on? Steak and Chill. Anders, what's up? Yeehaw. Here we go. Anders, thanks for being here. Crypto Compassion, thank you for being on the tailgate and just being a friend of all of us. We're just so thankful. We got a wonderful team of people, and it's just an honor to be a part of this journey that we are on together. Never thought I'd have so many new friends, and it's just it's fantastic. It's a good feeling, It's nice to have people that bear your burdens in the bear market, if you know what I'm saying. Magnus, let's go. Steve Wright is back in the house. Crypto Heartbeat. Thanks for almost 2 years. Been listening to you and learning very important info. Steve Wright, Santa Barbara, man. Steve, thanks for checking in. Glad to hear you're doing well. Santa Barbara, one of my favorite places on earth. Timothy Harris, salutations to you as well. Thanks for coming in. So let's talk about why do I think we need to be paying attention to this this time. What's happening right now? October 1st, here we are on October 2nd, a Monday. And what do we see in the market? We see a pump. What does this look like? What does it mean? And I'm going to point out a couple things that I think are really important to note. Three big things. Number one, this is the beginning of the trial for Sam Bankman Fried. That starts today. It's been 9 months and 2 days, I believe, since he was arrested in the Bahamas. And so they're going to start that effort. It's going to be 6 to 8 weeks at least of that trial. That's going to be interesting to see. But I think probably the biggest news that I want to share is about the new futures um, ETF by VanEck. So take a look at this. Um, and this is interesting. I saw this VanEck Ethereum Strategy ETF. And what's interesting about this is following the SEC's approval, the spot Ether exchange traded funds, VanEck has launched its Ethereum Strategy ETF. So what this ETF enables people, it's going to follow the price of Ethereum. And so people can basically get into these futures contracts, which exposes them to the price of Ethereum. They kind of bet on the future of Ethereum. It's down 65% today from its all-time high. But I want you to see this little video here. It's pretty interesting, I think. So check this out. This is their promo for this. And I think it's funny. EFUT. They put the FU in exchange traded funds. Let's check it out. Enter the ether, they say. Well, they're pretty bullish on that, right? Well, what does this mean for us? And this is just, I think, another leading indicator for the bull run. We've got obviously the Bitcoin ETF that BlackRock is talking about. We've got now this approval and launch VanEck with this exposure to Ethereum on the futures contracts. And then what I think is really interesting about this is, they even said in that promo, it's going to draw everyone in, and you probably don't know why. If you were somebody that was out there looking at, and you were an analyst, and you were looking at Bitcoin versus Ethereum, right? Where would you be betting? We know the Bitcoin maxis, but if you're looking for gains and you're a traditionalist and you're looking at, kind of blue chips and, you're talking to your advisor, because that's really what we're talking about, getting into retail, getting in, giving people exposure through the stock market into crypto, right? This is futures. You're not holding Ethereum in this ETF. And I think what's interesting about this is where the money comes from. And so what is the leading indicator in the next bull run? More money, more users. And, obviously it's not like holding Ethereum, but it does mean that there's more money coming in. And of course, this kind of promotion and exposure, ETFs, there are many who have warned that this is a Trojan horse. But I look at Ethereum's ETF in a different way. I look at it as, this is where I think the people that haven't been in crypto, the people that haven't been exposed to the gains of crypto, I think if you had to, ask somebody, would you rather be in Ethereum or Bitcoin? If those were the only two choices, and of course, we wouldn't suggest that those are the only two choices. But Ethereum, in my opinion, has massive, massive potential upside over Bitcoin, right? It's reached the top of it, 13, 14 years. So I think that's a good leading indicator. The other thing, I don't know if you've noticed today in the news, but Coinbase, and I'll share this as well. Share my screen. Coinbase stock leaps after crypto exchange wins key license in Singapore. And what's interesting about this news report about Coinbase Global is that they will be able to offer payment services. And this is a big deal in the Asian market. And so Coinbase obviously, up from there. But what are we seeing? What we're seeing in this crypto space in the last really probably 4 to 6 months has been, infrastructure type of things, right? More users, exposure. I mean, this is go time. And you think about the manipulation of the market. Obviously, there are big macro things like, well, you know, we still have increased interest rates. The money printer's not turned on. Bitcoin halving's coming up in April. But these are good signs, right? PYUSD with PayPal, basically enabling all of their users to potentially buy things directly, from Ethereum. Meaning, if you're holding any ERC20 token, you're going to be able to, theoretically, be able to swap for PYUSD and buy things directly through the PayPal app on retailers. I mean, I don't know how many places you could buy something with Hex today. There's a couple people out there, but this opens it up through the PayPal network. Those are good leading indicators. This Ethereum ETF exposing people, more dollars in. The Bitcoin ETF, it's going to be interesting. But what's happening is we're seeing it become mainstream. And I've been talking about this for the last 2 years, that this is ultimately going to be mainstream. And of course, we all know that the money is going digital. And what I mean by that is ultimately we're going to have CBDCs, or we're going to have some alternative. And what we're hoping here in this Pulse Chain ecosystem is that we're going to have an alternative to the central bank digital currencies. And we're working on some pretty interesting things. Our team is. And so I would say this next crypto bull run is beginning, because if you look at the charts, and I won't pull up any because no one really trusts me with a chart anyway. You look at pretty much the beginning of the year as a potential bottom. Um, it's interesting to think it's been painful. We don't have the money printer back on. We don't have any of these things that are just juicing the economy. But these are good indicators. And so if you look in the past, when we've seen the happening, you know, I had a great interview with Axis Alive, and he was showing, hey, this is the opportunity, right? This is where you get your bags packed. And so there's got to be there's light at the end of this tunnel. And so I'm really excited about it, because if you think about what is going to be the growth, right? What is going to be the growth of this um, the user base when it comes to crypto? And this is how retailers get in, right? When they see the ability to do, transactions, the ability that this value is easy to exchange. And so, to me, an incredible indicators. I think it's nice to see these things picking up here in October. I've always felt like the beginning of the year was going to be our time. The things, pick up, and especially as we move into 2024 and the election, that's going to be a huge, it seems like every time the elections come up, there's bribery, right? And so the money needs to flow around election time. And so we've got some good things. I think the bad things are behind us. And of course, there's still all of these threats of war between Russia and, now it looks like the NATO forces, right? There's a lot of warnings there. So, you know, we thought that we could resolve this, but it looks like the corporate warmongers are going to continue this effort. And it's interesting with the U.S. congressional, shutdown, shutting down. Um, this is a big deal. The government shutdown that was pushed back now 45 days. But what it's really teeing up is the White House wants to focus on sending more money to Ukraine. And if you think about what that means, is it literally just goes to Ukraine to be spent on U.S. Military companies. I mean, if you really think about it. And so we're shipping all that out while we have an open border and while we've got a fentanyl crisis and literally the streets of our cities. I mean, this is people that are regular folks like us are looking at this like, what in the world? It's completely politically tone deaf. And of course, they're gonna answer for this come up in November of 2024. But we'll see. We will see. But I hope that you're getting ready for this next bull run. The Bitcoin halving is a key piece of this, but I think also the beginning of the year. And it's nice to see in this last quarter some key leading indicators like the Ethereum ETF, but also Bitcoin ETF and those type of things. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, at the end of the day, We're just staking and chilling for the most part, I would say. Let's see who's in the chat, and then we're going to get into the second half, which is all about what David Lee, Hexaquin, and all of those folks did. I'm so thankful for it. I got sent a video by Quinn that she put together, and it's really a celebration of 2 years of streaming. I'm so thankful for it. And I wanted to share it on stream because I know it took a lot of time and effort, and I just appreciate it. And so I want to give credit where credit is due, if you know what I'm saying. KDM, what's going on? Hello. On a cruise in the English channel, Timothy Harris, thanks for tuning in. Now, Beal Steele, welcome back. Patiently waiting. Macro doesn't look great, though, but it will come. Yeah, the macro doesn't look great, right? These things are leading indicators. And if you think about it, who are the people that win? Buy low, sell high. I mean, this isn't rocket science, right? All the people that are selling the bottoms and buying the tops. I mean, I'm so thankful that we actually have this. We've got great, smart people in the community that are saying, hey, take a look. You know, um, it has to change. These things are cycles in life. And that's what happens when you have, you're gray haired like Crypto Harpy. You've seen this before. It's not the first time we've had a cold, if you know what I'm saying. Anders in Sweden, I can buy trackers of BTC, ETH, Sol, and Unity by VanEck Swiss. Yeah. Well, it's coming. It's coming. And that's, obviously this American market getting the dollars in from retail, I think is it's a good indicator. Let's go. Suzy Q, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much for being here with all the good emojis. Let's see. I do not know. Roy, what's going on? Congratulations, Brother Matt, on your 2nd-year anniversary of streaming. God bless you even more. Thanks so much, Roy. It's crazy. It's amazing how October has been such a significant time. Like it's like the last couple weeks of September for me. This is the beginning of the Jewish New Year. And it seems like everything happens. I think it's partly because of the academic calendar, but also this renewal that's happening and amazing things. We moved offices. 2 years ago, we had moved to another place. We just moved again. I'm really excited about this new office space. It's got good hair light, if you know what I'm saying. And I'm just excited about what we're seeing happen within our team. We tokenize communities, but we're also doing some other things. And one of the big things that we're working on is how do we bring a tremendous amount of liquidity into the Pulse chain? And I'll just leave it there. That's a focus of what we're attempting to do. And I think if you know how important liquidity is in the Pulse chain, you'll know that that's a good thing. It is a good thing. Godfather J6, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Pineapple Love, welcome back. New backdrop, cool new look, waiting for the end of 2024. Yep. This is, I don't give financial advice here. Actually, I just provide encouragement to you and hopefully a fresh perspective and some reminders that what we're doing here is bigger than just the number go up. I mean, it's nice when the number goes up, but this is really important. The Pulse chain ecosystem is really important. So thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like all of those things. We broke 10,000 here a month ago. Just so thankful for that, and it's only going to grow as we get into this next bull run. So many new people are going to be coming into crypto, and all we need is some green candles, and we can start, showing people the charts again. I remember those days, man. I'd wake up and it was like Hex is up 37% today. I'd be taking screenshots on my phone, sending them to ZZ Tesco and be like, what? It's coming, folks. It's coming. We have a lot of on and off ramps in Europe. Well, I'll tell you what, we have no understandable or clear regulations or laws about crypto in the United States. And it's pushing everything offshore. You guys are in much better shape than we are. FS, you're looking good. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Has my Pulse X died, Matt? You know what's interesting is, and I'm going to encourage you around Pulse X for a minute. Pulse X and the whole buy and burn stuff was really all about volume. And if there's anything that we haven't had, right, since the launch of the Pulse chain and Pulse X is a lot of volume. But what's amazing is there's a lot of attention that is going to come to the Pulse chain ecosystem. If you look at how many projects are building, we've got in October here, Liquid Loans going live. But let's not forget, what we talked about for 2 years, that this was the largest airdrop. Every coin on Ethereum was copied over for people that don't even know that the Pulse chain exists. How will they find out about it? They're not coming in here. They'll find out about it because they're like, wow, this is 100 times cheaper to do transactions. All my coins are sitting here. And you watch, there's some people behind the scenes that are looking at, stable coins, that are looking at making these things valuable, these copied over coins. And so it takes time. And I think what the expectation everyone had was it was just going to pow right out of the gates and go straight up. Just not the case. But let's not forget, we've got Richard Hart under, scrutiny by the SEC, and he's sitting on what, $600 million worth of DAI. I mean, there's a lot of dry powder sitting out there that could really help drive some eyeballs to the Pulse chain. But to me, it's more about the long-term future, having an alternative to the CBDCs. And where's that stuff going to happen? In my opinion, the only place where a leader who has principles is going to stand for those principles. So your Pulse X, there's no death. It is just the rebirth. And so, think about it. $1.6 billion was sacrificed, and nearly a billion of that was in the Pulse X side. And you think about the people that were struggling. I mean, they exited, right? It shakes all these weak hands out. It's a good thing. It's a really good thing. And it gives you an opportunity to be down 90%. But the way I've looked at crypto is, I don't gamble. I don't put in more than I'm willing to lose. But as you get into these type of, sideways moves in the bottoms, I mean, you get to a certain point and you can't go any lower. You go, all right, what horse are you going to pick to ride? Because you got to pick one to ride. And there are many to ride. Susie Q, Texan OG Day One, thank you so much for your support last night as well, and hosting. Good afternoon to you. Vibra Finance showed up last night in the chat. The bull market is here. And as we look back and measure this, it may be since really basically January 1st, right? Late December, early January, that would have been considered the bottom. But we'll see. We'll see. I certainly don't have a crystal ball, Anders. But you know what? I do like streaming in a bull market a lot better than streaming in a bear market. So we're here to encourage you. People are the end game. That is a great transition, Crypto Compassion, to share with you something special that was done for me for the 2-year anniversary yesterday on the Texan tailgate. I'm going to put this at 1.5 speed so that it's not as annoying to watch. But I'm gonna share this with you. This is what Hexy Quinn put together, and she did a lot of work on this. So let's watch this together. And thank you so much, Quinn, for doing this. It's very, very kind of you. So this is the celebration from last night video. Oh, watch. There we go. Folks, welcome to Crypto Heartbeat. Today we're talking about the Pulse chain, as we always do. Hey, folks, welcome to Crypto Heartbeat. This is Matt. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Interview with Brandon Davis from Rags to Riches. Brandon, how are you today?
I'll tell you, man, I'm good. It's Senior Citizen Night over at the Walmart.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to going over there and chatting up some senior citizens and just telling them about the Pulse and the Hex and telling them about me. And it's just exciting, Matt. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Brandon Davis and a very, 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 very special guest, Neo from the Matrix.
Hey, folks, welcome to Crypto Heartbeat. This is Matt, and I am with my new friend, Crypto Panda, International Man of Mystery. This is Matt, and I am with my friend Ryan. Ryan, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Great. Hey, folks, welcome back to Crypto Heartbeat. This is Matt, and I am so honored to be on with an OG Hexagon like Valiant Brand. What do I call you? That's what I always wanted to know. Do I call you Valiant Brand? Do I call you something else?
Well, so yeah, Valiant's my last name. Brandon's my first names.
Hey, folks, welcome back to Crypto Heartbeat. This is Matt, and I am so excited to be on with the Gerardo. Gerardo, welcome to the Crypto Heartbeat family, man.
Thank you, bro. I know you put out a ton of good, useful content out there, and it's much appreciated. Thanks for the intro. My name is Gerardo.
Hey, folks, welcome back to Crypto Heartbeat. This is Matt, and today I'm super excited about my latest guest, X-Ray Vision. Thank you for joining the Crypto Heartbeat family, man. This is awesome to have you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I've been watching this stuff since you came out. I'm pretty sure.
Excited to be with Crypto Vince. What's up, Vince? Welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me, man. I'm honored to be here.
Today we have the hexologist on. Hexo, welcome to Crypto Heartbeat.
How's it going? Nice meeting you finally. You've been around for a long time, so it's finally good to see you in the flesh. Got to talk to you. Although I've been watching your streams, because or not streams, but your videos. So you're one with Gerardo. I watched that one just a couple of days ago. You asked like awesome questions.
Hey folks, welcome back to Crypto Heartbeat. This is Matt, and we have the honor of having Kinetics in the house. Welcome to the Crypto Heartbeat family, Kinetics. It's so great to talk to you, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I don't know if it's an honor, but it's my pleasure to be here. So.
Hey folks, welcome back to Crypto Heartbeat. I am excited to be with Gary from Funding Jam. Gary, what's up, man? It's glad to get to see you.
It's so exciting. I've just been really enjoying this walk down memory lane that you've been doing for all of the Hexagons.
Hey folks, welcome back to Crypto Heartbeat. This is Matt, and I am with Cabana Crypto. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
So glad you could be here, and I love your voice. It's so soothing.
All right, thank you.
It's the man, the myth, the legend, the official DJ of Hex, of Pulse X, and the Pulse Chain, man. The man with the diamond hands. He's got 2 turntables and a microphone, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him in. Folks, all the way from Germany, DJ Crypto, man.
Hey.
What's up, dude?
Man, how did you get my lounge track? Where did you get that from? That's totally unreleased music.
Men, women, children, we have the man. He couldn't resist. He had to be here. Here he is, K4K Crypto, to correct everything I've said that's wrong.
What's
K4.
up, everybody? Merry Christmas.
What's up? Merry Christmas, dude. Hey, thanks for doing that. Oh, damn, look at you there. What's
You
up?
got me. You baited me with what you're saying.
Dude,
You got me too excited, man. You didn't say anything wrong. Okay, there was one thing, but it's not a big deal.
and the man who is not only talented, smart, but also retired. He just wants to play more golf. That's it. All right, folks, welcome to Crypto Heartbeat. Freddie Quotes. What's up, Freddie Quotes?
That is awesome, bro.
You're going to be like this retiree, shuffleboard and golf, man.
Yep, I'm blushing. I'm not worthy of that type of introduction, man.
Got that radio voice. It's nice.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Well, I want to say
Your mic sounds good, man. Like,
thank you. Thank you very much. Well, hey, on behalf of the community, I just want to say thank you for all that you have done and all that you continue to do. And I'm excited to have a couple minutes with you to ask you some questions I hope no one's ever asked you before.
oh, good luck on that one, man.
All right.
Let's see how you do.
It seems like vision beyond just crypto, obviously for health and that type of things. But when it's all said and done, when you're 99 or 109, what do you want people to remember you for?
I think it's the community. Everything comes back to the community, always. You want to make people's lives better. You want to make them happy, healthy, wealthy, wise. And what else matters? Like, only the people matter. And even making progress, like as far as medical research, medical progress goes, who do you think does that research? People. So it's for me, it's all about the people. Because look, man, I've been retired for 20 years. Like, I've got all the stuff. I run them out of stuff. They don't have stuff for me now because I bought it all. So like, stuff isn't the end game. People are the end game. So for me, my legacy is building a community with wonderful morals, wonderful values, wonderful performance. Something, a shining city on a hill. Like, that's what I care about.
Psych, I totally got you. He is not internationally known, but he's also known to rock the microphone. He's not only the CEO, he's the CFO, he's the CTO, he's the CMO, he's the mayor of Sassy City. He is the commander of Couch Cushion Maintenance. In the islands, he's known as King Kamehameha. He is the gentle, ginger, giant genius, Brandon from Rags to Riches. Welcome back, my friend.
What's up, my man?
Hey, you're in the funeral parlor again. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon from Rags to Riches. What is up?
What's up, dude? How you doing, man?
I am so good. I am so good. Got my Pulse hat on. Where are the vibes, man? We're partying. Do I have to like pull you out of your shell? This is a party. Got fireworks
I've
behind
been
me.
working, man. I've been working.
I know you have.
You want to figure stuff out and just getting in there, man.
Yeah, you can't just be the party guy, can you?
You can't just be the party guy.
Well, we appreciate you. And then I see so many different types of people, ages and races and orientations and all these things. And even Rags, who is kind of like a furry, it really truly is, a cornucopia, if you will, of differences.
Yeah. Did you just call Brandon a furry?
I did. Well, okay, let me tell you.
I mean, my brain goes weird places. So I didn't know if I did that or.
You know what he told me to do? Rags told me,
What?
he took advantage of my age. And he said to me, he goes, dude, you could really make a lot of money on OnlyFans. And well, here's what's weird. No, you're younger than me, but you use this term neat. And the only time I hear people using neat is women over 70. So
Can you quote me in what context I'm using? Oh, that's neat.
that's neat. Yeah.
Well, yeah, minus the list, but yes.
do you use doilies underneath your drinks and stuff on your tables?
I don't know what just happened, man.
Do you wear trousers?
Trousers.
Do you sit on an ottoman?
I prop my legs up on an ottoman.
Do you sit on a Davenport?
No, I'm not.
Do you perform tomfoolery?
I do perform tomfoolery.
I have.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Hey, welcome to you, dude. Hey, too glad to have you in my shoe.
So you're kind of annoying to your friends, is what you're saying?
Well, I don't. Yes.
Well, break us off a piece, man.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
This is the best.
Yeah, a little help from my friends now. Nessun giorno, nessun giorno.
Bring in the founder of Ophir Crypto, and let's say hi to you as well, John Firestarter 88. What's up, buddy?
What is up, brother?
Like,
Thanks.
you and I are tight now, aren't we?
We've come a long way, man.
It's really important to me. Yesterday, I dedicated my stream to my kids. Really, the first time I ever did that because I wanted to tell them about faithfulness and about their family. But dinner table and kids and teenagers, they're like, "Yeah, Dad, man, I got bigger problems, man." I'm like, "All right, well, I'll just save this on YouTube for you later." This is another one of those things. Thinking about my dad and just thinking about all this stuff. And here's Steve Staggs, right? He's speaking, he's spitting wisdom. Steve Staggs is the man with the mustachio and wearing the shirt like the pistachio. Folks, welcome to the Pulse. Steve Staggs. What's up, man?
Oh, I was kind of looking around to see who the heck you were talking to.
I know.
I didn't see anybody else in the room, so I was like, okay, Matt, where are we going with this?
And she said, you go ahead and give those to Matt. Oh, wow. She said, because I got another set for you that I found in your house after special.
Oh my goodness, how amazing.
So these are for you.
Oh,
Okay.
all right, yeah, let's show folks. So he brought this with him that has the Crypto Heartbeat, even the logo on it, folks. So let me open this up for folks here. Oh my goodness, look at this, folks. Look at this. Folks, take care of yourself. Thanks for stepping in and being a part of the Pulse. My name is Matt, this is Crypto Heartbeat, and do not mess with Texas. Take care, everybody.
Woo! All right. I think we need a +1 in the chat for Hexy Quinn. She's the one that took all the time to put that together. So, folks, let's give her a big round of applause, however you would do that in the chat. I am just so thankful. So thank you so much, Quinn. She is amazing. And you know what? She needs more thanks because I'll tell you what, Brand doesn't treat her very nicely. Of course, I joke. There's a lot of love going around. So big +1s in the chat. Look at this. Bobby Hexarod. It feels like the olden days when Bobby Hexarod shows up. Finn Bear, Hex Monkey. What's going on? Tim Harris, Robert. Samantha says +100. That is so great. Compassion. Lots of love from Hexy Quinn. Stars 11. Finn Bear with the claps. Magnus. Casey Hex. Upper Deck Dog. Timothy Harris. Hexican Greenhorn. Fantastic, folks. Thank you for bearing with that. It's kind of weird when you're playing that stuff on your own channel, but I mentioned last night, and because this is my channel, I can say it today, is, folks, I think it's really astonishing what's actually happening. I mean, think about this. Financial products have been around for a long time. There's, the Vanguard small cap fund. When was the last time people got together at an event or something around a financial product? Right? Like, did you make friends because of some financial product? Yeah, we're in the same mutual fund. No. And what's amazing about this is the organic nature of a group of people who are attracted to certain things, right? Richard talks about this. He talks about narrative memes. Well, what is that? That's a narrative. It's a story. And certain stories resonate with certain people, but you have to understand it's not just what you say, it's who you are. Richard Hart is a blue collar guy. He grew up in Florida. His dad was working HVAC. He was an entrepreneur. He didn't grow up, I think he slept in a warehouse at one point. He talked about bumping his head on the ceiling and the nails sticking through the roof. I know what that's like, and I think so many people don't realize what you've been attracted to isn't just number go up. It's a great thing. But I think what happens is the group of people who have invested in this community and have gotten the most out of it, which is the camaraderie, the relationships, the care, the belonging. It's a huge, huge thing. And most people don't realize this. And Axis Alive said this the other day. He goes, there's the guys who want to get rich and the guys who already got rich, and they ought to meet each other. And that's really what's happening, because it's amazing that, you would trade something for the thing that you value most. And I remember going to a meetup in Austin, my first meetup I ever went to. And a guy came up to me. He's like, "Hey, I watch your channel." He's like, "I got more money than I know what to do with." And I understood what he was saying. He was like, "Would you like to be my friend?" Folks, I'm going to tell you something. I was in a fraternity. I actually started chapters of a fraternity. I worked for the headquarters of my fraternity. I was a student body president on campus. I've led teams. I had a business of 200 employees, ran it for 10 years. You know what? People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And why has Richard Hart been successful is because he's an advocate for people. He has a genuine concern for you and me. He doesn't want you to get wrecked. You know what? That you don't tell that story. You don't say, "Oh, I'm someone who cares about you." No, you can tell. You can identify that. And so what makes this community so special is, the speed of the leader is the speed of the team. And the team takes their cues from that. And they don't always know that they're doing it. They're literally, truly connecting because they see something that others have expressed. And it's a lot of times, think about Richard Hart, right? His first videos were him in a top hat helping you learn how to apologize. How important is forgiveness in this world? I mean, it's tremendous, right? He's written these books of sci-fi, trying to help people. So these self-help books, then doing these 8-hour streams in the bear market, the last bear market, teaching people about real crypto and saying, "Hey, I'm going to build a better Bitcoin." And you know what's amazing is it's what he did. And not everyone sees it, but you don't need to see it. What is there, like 150,000 people in Hex? And look at the value, folks. I think $6 billion traded. It's unbelievable what we can do in community. We can't do it by ourselves. We can only do it when we come together around something. So the big question is, what are we going to come together around? And to think that Richard Hart didn't stop. He said, I've been retired for 20 years. I don't need to do this for the money. And I'm so thankful he wants to do it for the glory. What is the glory ultimately but changing the world for the better? Is it him single-handedly doing it? No, he takes credit for the $27 million that were donated. That was donated by you. He led the way. We need good leadership. And so it's so amazing to me that this story is about a group of people who have seen hard times and they're like, when Lambo, right? Maybe I'll get a shot. This disproportionate thing that happened in Bitcoin and Ethereum and Hex, maybe it could happen to me. Hope. But what's interesting is in this journey to get the ring, right? To get the thing, you discover something better, something greater. And I would challenge you that I think actually what's coming is something way more significant than you're anticipating. Because when the chips are down and things are difficult, you need to have community and friends and family. And for those who don't have strong families, it's like, hey, you've got one here. What really defines us? You don't see this in XRP. You don't see this in, Solana. You don't see this in Cardano. It's really interesting. Had Richard not been criticized so much, there wouldn't be people coming to his defense. We lament the fact that Richard was beat down so much and called a scammer and all this kind of stuff. But there's something really remarkable about seeing something. It's like seeing this artist, right? And you're like, oh man, this is high quality. People, I just don't see it, man. That's scamming. And you're like, no. This is the real stuff. And it vindicates you. And so why do you keep going? Look at all of these streamers. Look at all of these people out in this market. Why would Hexy Quinn do this? Why would she, put together all this content? Why would it come together on the Texan tailgate? Why would the team put up so much time dealing with the bozos and Telegram? Why would we do this? Because there's real vision and there's real future. And people see that this could literally change the entire world. Decentralized finance in its purest form, immutable contracts on the blockchain where you hold your own keys, is a miracle. It's an absolute miracle. And on the Pulse chain, led by somebody like Richard Hart, folks, he's not going to compromise his principles. Because if he compromises principles, he would not receive the glory that he wants. He has his eye on the prize. What's the eye on the prize? Freeing the captives. What are we captive by and enslaved by? Consumer and debt slavery. A lot of people don't realize I'm just in the matrix, man. I don't want to know any better. Just put me back in. No. We are not. This Pandora's box is open. The cat's out of the bag. We are moving forward. And here's what's amazing. All of these things, whether it be the Ethereum ETF, Bitcoin ETF, all these things, the centralized players, the reason they're coming into the market is they want to control Bitcoin. And they think that they're going to be successful. And Axis Alive said it the other day on the stream. He said, I realized we're going to have to sacrifice Bitcoin in order to truly save DeFi. And that's what's happened. Bitcoin is going to the centralized planners. They're taking it over. That's what this whole BlackRock ETF ultimately does. And you know what's crazy is Richard wanted to create a better Bitcoin, and he is. And he's got a layer 1. It is going to be the gold of the Pulse chain is Hex. And folks, it's incredible. And you watch what ends up happening here with the Pulse chain, because all of these other founders and all of these other things, for the sake of innovation, are going to compromise and do deals with the devil himself, but not Richard Hart. Richard Hart is going to say, no, it's about free speech. It's about movement and association. It's about freedom of transaction. It's about freedom to have privacy. And I think what's amazing about what's shaping up and what he's communicated on Twitter is the fact that we're going to finally find, whether it be through the courts or through legislation, that what you do in your MetaMask wallet, when you push that button and pay those fees, that's called speech. And I pray that literally is engraved into law, that this is speech. And if you think about it, if you're an author of something, you write some music, you write a book, there is an assumed right that you have to that as the creator of it. And when you do things and write to a blockchain, it ultimately becomes this text on the blockchain is your speech. And these communication networks and all of these things, it is an absolute miracle. And if you really knew what was going on, it's hard that there's so much noise out there. But the fact that we've got this core group of people who love each other and are high-fiving, and David Lee's giving you a big hug, and Hexaquin's going out of her way to do all this work of editing videos and caring for people, it adds up, folks. Right now, we've made it through the bear market, in my opinion. We've made it through. Heck, we waited for 2 years for the Pulse chain launch. Can we wait another 3 months? You're damn right we can. That's easy now. Folks, this next go around, when they turn the money printers back on and everything, things are going to fail around the world, right? The only tool that the Federal Reserve has is to print more money. And what are they going to do? They're going to print the money that's literally going to lose value, and they're going to buy Bitcoin with it. What does that do to the market? Well, we know Hart's law. So think about this. Let me really emphasize this. If the government realizes that debasing the currency is the only thing they have, because sovereign debt across the world is so high, the only way that they can prop this thing up is by printing more and debasing the currency. What do they buy with it? Gold and Bitcoin. They've kind of committed, hey, our thing is Bitcoin, right? The globalists. What happens when Bitcoin goes, way up? Hart's law. And it's like this cosmic justice that happens, right? In this effort that you're going to, print this money and debase your currency to go into this other thing in this transitional time and pump the heck out of Bitcoin, you don't realize you're pumping Ethereum, and you're pumping Hex, and you're pumping Texan, and you're pumping Ophir, and you're pumping everything because of Hart's law. And we will be the ones. The meek will inherit the earth. That's us, folks, right? The kings of earth will be welcomed into the kingdom. Folks, that's us. And here's the greatest thing about this. When all this stuff settles and the dust settles around it, there's going to be one layer 1 that's standing alone, that's not OFAC compliant, that doesn't have, that you can't regulate, that you can't control, and there's going to be freedom in transactions. But boy, they're going to fight you. This is the time they're going to fight you, and they're fighting us like crazy. But the future's bright. The next crypto bull run is upon us. Are your bags packed for the bull run? And the question is, what horse are you going to ride? I'm not advocating that you ride any specific horse, but I do encourage you to think about your own values and what you value, and vote with your feet. Which way you going? To me, the greatest utility that crypto could possibly have is to birth a new nation that protects the world. That could be Texas. Think about that for a second. Where do good people go? We need to reboot the system. We need to preserve the amazing promises of America in Texas. I believe that it's going to get to the point where it's inevitable. There's no choice. We have to go it alone, and we will lead states across the United States who will go it on their own. And there will be a time of massive unrest. And what will we do? We'll say, no, we're not using your money. You have sacrificed our children and our grandchildren for the sake of Ukraine's borders. Nope, we're not going to stand for it any longer. That's it. We're not going to stand for it any longer. And the question is, where will good people go? And then what will happen from that? You know, it's amazing. Leadership is so important, whether it's within a community or whether it's across the globe in a country or nations. And right now, the priorities are messed up and backwards. And I'm going to tell you what, it takes people like us in this crisis era to lead. And it's amazing. It's hard to lead when you don't have resources. But what are we on the edge of? Let's work together. And let's, in this next phase where you're the next, whale, how are you going to use that? How are you going to use your resources when you've got massive amounts of value? I don't think that you're going to be shooting rockets over the sea. Raoul Pal said this, and I repeat it all the time. And that is, this is the first time in human history where political power, like war powers, and financial power have the chance to be separated. Think about that for a second. You used to win a war, you kill all the people, steal their gold, right? Then you'd rewrite the rules in your favor. This is the first time in human history where these things are being separated. That financial power. And think about it. We could starve the war machine because regular people have the resources. And what if people in far distant lands who've got an internet connection and a couple bucks have a shot over their nation that's debasing their currency? Wow. This is a big deal. And we're not going to go for these central bank digital currencies. We're going to use our own money. And these leading indicators, just like today with the Van Eck futures ETF with Ethereum, whether it be PYUSD, leading indicator of utilizing the PayPal network for people to utilize ERC20 tokens to buy stuff literally through retailers. When we see things that happen with Coinbase today, right, getting the approvals to have a payments infrastructure, I'm not saying that it's all perfect. You never know what's going to come from X and Elon Musk when it comes to payments. He's done it before, likely will do it again. Crypto is going mainstream, and we have to preserve the freedom and sovereignty of the Pulse chain. Richard's going to stand up for us. We got to stand up for him, and we need to protect this shining city on a hill. And for 2 years, I've been doing this. I'm going to keep going because there is so much at stake. And my dream in life is to see a nation, any nation, adopt DeFi rather than centralized banking. Do you imagine what it looks like when we find ourselves tying our money back to the very value that was put in the ground in creation, that we tie back to the things that no man created, the real stuff? And I think that's what we're going to see in the future, whether it be gold-backed stable coins, asset-backed stable coins. The future of tokenization is literally the opportunity we have to get essentially take hold of our authority, because we are the sovereigns, not the state. Because we find these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and they're given by their creator certain unalienable rights to life, to liberty, to happiness, all of those things, freedom. It is for freedom that you have been set free. The truth will set you free, my friends. So we got to stick together. So thank you. Crypto Compassion, Ryan Hungate, Hexy Quinn, Day One OG Texan Robert, Danny the Singer, ZZ Tesco, even Brandon from Rags to Riches. A big thank you to David Lee, Steve Staggs, Freddie Quotes, Cabana Crypto. So many people over the years have been supportive, and I just thank you so much. An incredible team that we have, incredible effort that we have, but let's not keep our eye off the ball. You know, since Richard's been gone, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to remind you of why he even started. We think a lot of this is just ego and arrogance, and I've said it before. Richard Hart will go down in history as one of the most important people in the 21st century. Why? Because he's an innovator and an architect, and he has principles, and he is not going to compromise them. And to lead and to have a copy of Ethereum 2.0 in a layer 1 that has all of these people, I mean, the cult following that are building. If it was a bunch of degenerate idiots, we couldn't build anything. It's a bunch of really smart people. And seeing the future, this shining city on a hill called the Pulse Chain, it is going to be a part of a massive bull run. And it's not only going to benefit you because you got a couple more coins in your pocket, it's going to benefit you because it's actually going to be an alternative to enslavement. And so I stand with Richard Hart in freeing the damn captives. I hope you do too. Thanks for joining the Pulse today. My name's Matt, this Crypto Heartbeat, and we'll catch you for another year coming up. Take care of yourself, be good, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.